Hi guys, welcome to this week's episode of TheEVSide. This week's episode, I'm going to talk about Tesco destination charging and their team up with VW, CCS for Tesla, and pubs that get charging. Stick it round. So first off, Tesco's have announced a joint partnership with VW to put 2,500 destination slow chargers and fast chargers into their supermarkets, which is about 627 stores across the UK. So for those that are not in the UK, these are essentially big superstores, supermarkets. And they've said that the slow 7 kilowatt destination chargers will be free and the ultra chargers will be market rate. So I'd expect to see the fast chargers anywhere between 25 and 30p, which seems to be the going rate. But this is great news. It shows that the UK infrastructure is getting bigger and these sort of places are ideal. So you'll park up in the car park for probably usually good half an hour, 40 minutes to an hour if you're going shopping. This time of year it's probably more like 2 hours. But then you get a nice slow charge on your car. And for those other times when you need the fast ultra chargers, then they're available as well if you're having to go through a town on a destination somewhere else. This can only be really good news. It just further expands the thousands and thousands of chargers across the country. So anyone says that the UK isn't expanding their infrastructure and it's getting better is wrong, personally. I think it's great. I hope that other supermarkets follow suit. We've already seen Marstons put a few in, Waitrose put a few in, but it'd be good to see all the other supermarkets just have rows and rows of them, so it doesn't matter where you park. Now, obviously, icing will be a challenge, as it always is, and let's hope that they're clearly marked and there's some policing around it, but we'll see. Next up, a little bit of older news really. Tesla said that the Model 3, when it comes to Europe, will have CCS. Now, that springs another question, is that if they're going CCS, which seems to becoming the normal in the UK and Europe, whether there's a possibility that the Tesla superchargers will be available to other people. Tesla have always said they're open to offers for that, but no one so far has really taken it up. Personally, I would love to be able to take my i3 to a Tesla supercharger and use that. I'm not sure the Tesla owners will feel the same way, but it's hopefully a good possibility, and it does seem that CCS is becoming more of the standard. Doesn't seem to be so much of, whilst you've still got the Type 2 and those sort of plugs, the CCS obviously with at least the 50 kilowatt charging seems to be the norm, and that's what cars seem to start to be having now. So again, that's all good. Let's see what happens. See if Tesla decide to share those lovely superchargers and hopefully expand them to incorporate other people. Love a bit of news this week as well, which again expanding the infrastructure across the UK, is Marstons, the brewery. They're putting destination charging in to across their pubs across the UK. I've had a look on their website. It seems to be quite a large number of breweries that they own and pubs that they own across the country. So again, it's destination charging where you're likely to be there for maybe a lunch for half an hour, and you can top up a car for X amount of time and get, even if you'll get another 10 or 20 miles, it's good. And if you've got multiple locations like this and the Tesco's thing, then that can only be a good thing to expand the infrastructure and allow people convenient, easy charging. For me, things like this are a godsend. I use only but public charging and luckily a work charger, but I have no access to home charging. So the ability to go to a shop or somewhere local and just plug in while you're off doing a task is just ideal. So again, this week seems to be a great news for infrastructure, and hopefully that continues with more and more businesses realising that actually there's a business incentive for them to get these in, because the more time that people want to charge up there near their shops, the more time they're going to spend in the shops and spend money. It's a win-win for everyone. So let's hope that more companies go with the flow and put more in. One final bit of news this week is I think it's a company called Rivian. They announced at the LA Motor Show a few days ago a American pickup truck of all things with a 400-mile range. Now, this car is not due, or this truck is not due till about 2020. They're starting to ramp up manufacturing and getting that moving. But this truck looks quite impressive, to be honest. The promotional video looks great, and obviously they show all the right things to an American audience where the truck is going through like the wilderness and all that sort of good stuff. It's got 4 independent motors. Like I said, the range of having 400 miles is great. Apparently this truck does 0 to 60 in 3 seconds, which is ridiculous, which is on par with sort of a slower Tesla. Not that you'd probably want to race quickly in that truck, but the fact is that companies are aiming at Americans now, and there's companies that are going for it before Ford. Ford have got a massive market share in America with trucks and things like that, and they're just being left behind. And I can only see, as this comes out and Tesla introduce their own truck, and there's bound to be other manufacturers that are already looking at this space, there's a massive market, especially in America and some of the other parts of the world where are kind of more rural, that this just makes sense. You can have chargers again at home, and with a 400-mile range, it's just ideal. Now, America is massive, I grant you, but 400 miles should be more than enough for truck drivers and things like that. So again, it looks insanely cool. It looks really smart. It's using there's 2 variants of the truck that are coming out. One is more of a kind of a pickup truck, and the other side is more kind of a people carrier truck, whatever you kind of call those. I akin it to like a Range Rover or something like that. But they both use the same skateboard-like platform with the batteries all the way along the bottom, and then the different, obviously the tops on the difference of the depending on which which type of truck you want. Again, space-wise, it looks massive. It's a big truck. Obviously, it's made for American roads and off-road and things like that. But it'd be interesting to see how this comes along, and hopefully that they manage to overtake the likes of Ford and people like that, because frankly I'm sick and tired of hearing people like Ford and the other manufacturers slate EVs and electric cars when actually they're doing absolutely nothing to help their own cause. And whilst they're supporting certain people in top office, and they're getting penalised anyway, so I think they have a clear decision to make whether they actually want to jump on board of where the future is going or purely be left behind. Anyway, that's it for this week. A short kind of news video of things that are going on in the EV world. Hopefully you enjoyed that. If you did, please like, please subscribe. Press the little bell to make sure you're notified when new videos come out. And as always, thank you very much for watching. I appreciate everyone that has already subscribed. Thank you for getting me to the 100 mark of subscribers. That is fantastic. And thank you for all the other people that have helped me along the way in my very short journey so far in the EV world. So anyway, thanks for watching, and see you soon.